Greetings everyone. In this video I want to talk about the inner alchemy.
Greetings! This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
Now, in the very first video I put on this channel, I mentioned the inner alchemy, and it was required for you to escape the game for yourself. Okay, but Source is indicating now that there have been many who have done the inner alchemy prematurely. I'll say prematurely, in their zeal and their excitement. They remove the animal products for 30 days and then they think that they're mature enough, and then they run ahead and they complete inner alchemy before they're even at a frequency level 8. And it's just confusing them. They're not, well, they're experiencing a wide range of things in their experience and their creations. So, I will tell you that when you reach a frequency level 8 and you're harmonized on a frequency level 8, your source self will give you guidance and direction. You'll know. You'll have an inner knowing of how to accomplish the inner alchemy without anyone telling you. But now you know, you will ask, and the knowing will be there. It won't be a voice telling you how to do it. It won't be an audible voice telling you how to do it. You will know how to do it when it's time, and it will benefit you. You need to be asking your source self. After you have a strong source self connection and an unlocked script, if it will benefit you to do the inner alchemy. If you are mature enough, if you have the safeties in place to make it beneficial for you. Some have prematurely completed inner alchemy and they have had voices talking to them that they have entertained. And by listening to those voices, they have been led down paths that they should never have gone on. And Source never talks to you through a voice, never talks to you from an audible or a voice that you can hear in your head. It is a knowing. It is a deep knowing. It's a deep knowing. It's a connection to your source self. It's who you are. It's nothing outside of you. It's you. And if your source self ever gives you contradictory information to what I have given on this channel, as far as it's okay for you to go back to eating meat, or you're powerful, you've destroyed the matrix, or any of that stuff, you're not talking to your source self. You are absolutely not. You have gotten a matrix program entity that is messing with you. And you're entertaining that entity. And as long as you entertain that entity, then you're going to have some difficulties. Now, if you are obsessing on completing the inner alchemy, then there's a problem. If you are not content and happy in this journey that you are on currently, without anything added to it, then you are not ready for inner alchemy at all. Since the game has been won, you do not have to have the inner alchemy accomplished. It's not required. You don't have to go by all those rules that were given in the first video about escaping the matrix for yourself. And that was simply escaping the matrix. That wasn't winning the game. That was escaping the matrix. Escaping the matrix for yourself. Not required any longer. But you do have to be making forward movement. You have to be making smart choices. I've said all of this, and I'm not going to say it all over again here. I'm just addressing the inner alchemy portion of this journey. When you get there and you're ready for it, you'll know how to do it. Don't go searching for it out on the internet. Everything out there is not inner alchemy. It's Kundalini. And I did a video on inner alchemy is not Kundalini. The only one that knows inner alchemy is inside of you. It is you, your source self. That's where the information needs to come from. Many have rushed to accomplish it, and yeah, they've been able to accomplish it sooner than it would have really have benefited them. And now they're a bit confused and struggling because it was premature. I will say there have been several who have completed the inner alchemy and are actually elite source players. And they have completed the inner alchemy, and they have gotten it in their minds that they can go back to, that they're all powerful, and that they can go back to eating the animals, and that they're a powerful creator, and that they can take down the matrix, and all kinds of things. These are all lies. If you are getting that in you and you are getting that information that you can do these things, well, no, you have limits. There are still limits because you're in the matrix. You can't go back to eating meat. You can't do these things, even if you're being told outside of yourself or from inside yourself that it's okay, you can do that. No, you can't. No, you can't. Now, you can choose to do that. You most definitely can choose to do that. It will not benefit you. You will forfeit your game. You will forfeit your game. But that's your game. And if you are deceived or you fall, you follow bad advice, bad guidance, or you start thinking yourself more powerful than you are, then you're going to reap the results of that, and it won't be beneficial for you. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Some of you probably already have been so foolish, but yes, this game can be a real head trip when you get your frequency level 11 and you grasp the powers that you can have in this matrix system. Yes, it can be a lot of fun, but it comes with a lot of responsibility and maturity, and you will not be given the stronger powers without the maturity, developing the maturity within yourself. In other words, if you've just started this journey and you haven't even been in it a year and you're expecting level 11, a full synergy cell, powers of creation and manifestation in your life, you are really being foolish because you're not getting that. Do you give a baby something they can't handle that they could hurt themselves with? No, you don't. Well, you don't get the power until you've proven your ability to restrain yourself and maturity to handle it. Now, I caution you to evaluate what your thoughts are and where you think you want to go. And evaluate your abilities. And don't overestimate your abilities. Don't think that you're a higher frequency than you are. Now, is it possible to have a source connection and then you get a reading, or you're not harmonized with your source self, and you get a reading, you're feeling really good about yourself, and you get a reading that you're on frequency level 11. Well, one part of you, every source player, is always on frequency level 11, and that would be your source fractal. because your source fractal covers frequencies 5 through 11. So, the question is, are you harmonized? What frequency level are you harmonized on? And then you need a strong source self-connection in order to be able to get a reliable, correct answer. Wherever all of your frequency bodies are harmonized at, whatever frequency level they're all harmonized on, it means that your 4 movable frequency bodies are also harmonized on the same frequency, and it is a frequency level 5 through 11 that your source fractal is harmonized, is on. Then in your now day, not yesterday, not the future, but this now day, that creates the harmonizing of your frequency bodies. And that is where your empowerment is, and that determines the level that you're on. This is not an overnight trip. It takes determination, smart choices, commitment to the path. And it does benefit you, so that you can experience your empowerment and your best life yet. If you've benefited from the information that I share, then it benefits you to say thank you, doing an energy exchange via PayPal or Patreon. It is a frequency unlock for you as you release current for what you have benefited from. You get out of these videos what you put into them. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you.